It's Q101.1. We are backstage at the 51st Annual Grammy Awards with the beautiful Kristanna Loken. How are you?
I'm very well.
Beautiful.
How are you? Oh, thank you.
This is like when you're interviewing someone, it's really the only time you can get away with looking a girl dead in the eyes and telling her she's beautiful, unless you're hammered. You know what I mean?
Very true.
Right.
Very true.
I can't just walk up to you on the street and go, "Come here, you're beautiful." You know what I mean?
Be like,
"Who's this creep?" But you can't walk away right now. Actually, you could. Do you want to walk away and
I'm not gonna
make
walk
a scene?
away. No, I'm not going to walk away.
You just mentioned the Cubs. You said you're a Cubs fan. Well,
Yes.
yeah, you mentioned Chicago and then said the Cubs. That's good. I'm a Cubs fan, too. I'm glad you didn't say that you like the White Sox.
No, I'm a Cubs fan. I grew up kind of the boy my dad always wanted but didn't have, and he got me instead. And he was a Cubs fan, still is very avid.
Good.
And on my 15th birthday, it was my dream to take the train. I grew up in upstate New York, from Albany to Chicago for the weekend and see a bunch of games.
Did you go to Wrigley Field?
And we did. And we went to Wrigley Field, and it was awesome. And we got to sit right behind Mark Grace, who was my absolute favorite. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Every girl's got their crush.
Sure.
So, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's a magical place to walk in and see the Ivy, especially if you lived in New York and you've seen it on TV, you know. But it's great to be inside of Wrigley Field.
Yeah, we even got to go down on the field. They were having some kind of like pre-deal, you know. I don't know. It was nostalgic. Yeah.
You mentioned that you grew up in upscale New York, or upstate New York, upscale. And I was reading, was it like on an organic fruit farm or something?
That's right. That's absolutely right. I grew up on an organic fruit farm, and my parents have a gourmet market and bakery and petting zoo for kids. And
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do they still do this?
they still have it for 40 years. They've had it.
That's amazing. What's it
is
called?
amazing.
So people can look it up.
It's called Love Apple Farm. And,
Wow.
They can go to loveapplefarm.com and check it out.
So growing up, did you pitch in and you helped them?
Absolutely.
Do stuff?
That's what you do on the farm. Yeah, for sure.
And then how did you end up here?
Well, it's I always wanted to be an actress, and since I was a little tiny girl on, I took all types of dance lessons and voice lessons and was in summer stock theater and everything. And it just kind of seemed like a natural progression. And when I was 16, I moved out here, and I haven't left.
Good. I mean, yeah, it's a strange transition from organic fruit farm to starring in a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an unusual turn of events.
My parents also were in the arts themselves. My mother had been a model for many years, and my dad is also a writer, and he'd done some acting. So it wasn't, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree, to use a ridiculous pun.
Sure.
But, yeah, it was still a big difference.
Yeah. And then the National Lampoon's... I'm not even gonna. It's a long title.
It's all right. The Legend of Awesomeness
Maximus?
That's it.
Yeah.
I think people are going to love this film. I haven't done a comedy in a long time, and it was really nice to have a change and have a lot of laughs on set. And Will was great. Will Sasso to work with.
Oh, he's from Mad
TV.
TV. Yeah.
I play his wife, the princess, who's desperate to become a queen, and will pretty much stop at nothing to get what she wants. And we had a lot of fun. I think people will really enjoy it. We had the director from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, good.
And so it's a good film.
And anytime National Lampoon does something, when that name is on it, they do good work. So.
Yeah, it stands for something, for sure.
And it's is it out in June, did I read?
They don't have an exact date yet, but it is going to be this summer at some point. And
Very
I've got actually another film that I'm about ready to go shoot, which is, again, a total departure. It's a very serious film about the genocide that's happening in Sudan in the Darfur region.
A little bit different than National Lampoon's.
Couldn't be any more different, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all based on true events that continue to happen today, and it's just an absolute atrocities that are happening there. So it's a very important film to make and to kind of educate the viewers.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing that. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, Kristanna Loken, the most beautiful Cubs fan ever. Thank you for coming by.
My pleasure.
Q101.1.